And welcome back to My Wildlife Homesteading. We are going to get this live stream started with a little bottle feeding session for little Frou Frou over here. Let's spin you guys over. Give her nightly meal. She is so small still, but she's a little sweetheart. Compared to her big brother, she is definitely the runt of the litter. You can see my breath in the camera. It's another cold night, but not too bad. I think we're sitting at around -5 degrees Celsius up here in northern Canada. Kayla Action, welcome back to the chat. How are you doing? We're just feeding the baby goat, and we got big brother sitting behind her, sniffing her, smelling her, seeing what's up. This is Frou Frou. Hey, get off of Frou Frou. She's eating her food. He's already getting a little frisky with it. He's about, hey. They're too young. They don't know what they're doing. She's too young to get pregnant. He's too young to pregnate her. Hey. Not on this live stream. Get out of here. Get out of here. But he's still about 2 weeks away from being able to be castrated because, all his working bits aren't in yet, but he knows how to practice the action, apparently. We're going to try to keep him out of here. Get out of here, buddy. Get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, little man. You're too excited. Let's just hold you back over here. This guy, just too excited. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Goat's gone wild. I know. It's not that kind of stream. Hey. Oh, boy, this is a disaster. This is a disaster, little man. I'm sorry, guys. He's got me on chaperone duty, trying to chaperone this fiasco. Hold this guy back. And then we're going to go hang out with the donkeys. We got to go put the chickens and the ducks away. And, if anyone has anything they want to talk about, Compa, how you doing? How are you doing? We're just giving a little Frou Frou here her before bedtime bottle. And stopping her from being violated. Way too little. But little mister here, he's still a couple weeks too young to get his units removed. Okay. Come on, take the bottle. Take it. I know. Okay, she's only got a little bit left, but I'm going to give her stomach a bit of time to digest. We'll come back to her and give her more food in a second. She's not, I got to pick it up. I dropped it. I'm just clumsy right now. Okay. Trying to set it down right there. We'll come back for that bottle soon enough. And Kayla says, yeah, I missed the live with the donkeys. Haven't seen them on live yet. Well, sure enough, they're just out here somewhere. So let's go find them. Let's leave these guys here for now, and let's go find them. Hello. There they are, right in front of us. They're not a huge fan of the lights, but Ginny over here, my wife has actually been able to hop on her back and go for short little rides. Hey there. Hey, Georgia. Hi, Georgia. I know the light is bright and annoying in your face, but hello. This part here is called the wither. It's a spot they like to get a little back scratch, but here she is, the floofy monkey. Again, she's not a big fan of me shining lights in her face. Sorry, girl. How's my back doing? It's, comes and goes. It's much better than it was pre-surgery, but because it's feeling better, I've been using it a lot. I had to pull my dock and my pontoon boat out of the water before the lake froze over. And it was a little bit more of a stubborn job than I wanted because the floating ramp section of it, the ramp section was broken from a bad windstorm. So she didn't want to disconnect, required a lot of heaving and hoisting, but I eventually got it. And yes, we've got 2 donkeys now. Unos es dos, plus of course, some pregnant goats. These 2 are so ready to pop. I don't know, man, within a week or two, these round little floof balls, we should have the baby soon. But yes. So this one's Georgia. Lily. Hello, Lily. And Ginny is just right over there. And Mr. Bird Dog says, I thought it was AI. Not on this live stream. Everything is legit. And Kermudge in, how are you doing, buddy? How is everyone doing? Alaska Critter Cam, I see you there. So yeah, we got the donkey, we got the goats. Georgia here's a little sweetheart. You can see she's already like, hey, I want to come say hi. Hello, girl. Oh, yes, I know the head scratches are, we haven't built that trust yet. You want the neck scratches instead? What are you doing over there? Yeah, Georgia's a little sweetheart. She's a little sweetheart. Hey, girl. And, the Giganette says, do you know how to get a job without a degree? Yes, I mean, I have my bachelor's in civil engineering, so it's not that I don't have a degree, but what's going to get you a job is, you know, look at the places that are applying, go out, give a resume, ask for an interview, and just show good work ethic. You know, prepare yourself, give yourself a haircut, you know, make sure your beard is trimmed or your face is shaved or whatever have you. And just put in the honest effort, be polite, be respectful. And yeah, just go get her. You don't need a degree to get a job. You just need to be personable. What's more important than a degree is being likable. If you got a degree and nobody likes you, you're not going to last long in the workforce. If you don't have a degree, but you're very likable, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. And she's a sweetheart. She just wants to come up and get pet. She's not a fan of the light in her face, but she's a sweetheart. 90s dude says, oof, that's a lot, bro. Tommy says, look, that's my ex. Ouch. Yes, there's Georgia. I got a herd of goats chilling out here. I don't know where the cows are right now. I don't know. Lily, what side of the fence are you on? I think you're okay. Hey, girl, you're a sweetheart. We have been we've been cleaning their hooves out every single morning, and so they're very used to just coming to us when we call them over. Just an absolute sweetheart here. It's a light dusting of snow, if you guys could see that in the camera. Just a light dusting of snow. Got another donkey over there. And Alaska Critter Cam says, I never found the elevator to success, so I took the stairs. Paul says, can you nickname your donkey Kathleen, your #1 fan? How's it going, Kathleen? I assume you're watching with Paul. Georgia here's pregnant. She is pregnant. And so in May or June, we'll be having a donkey baby out of her. We got to go over towards the ducks and the chickens, though, because I need to close them up and check on them. Do the donkeys know any tricks? Not yet. Not yet. Haven't taught them anything fun. Okay. Let's go and close up the ducks. So we got to close up this door to the log cabin. Hey, ducks, I'm not trying to scare you. I just want to close your door. Oh. Hello, ducks. Hello, everybody. Here are the ducks. Doing duck things. And Tim says, donkeys don't work? This is confusing. What do you mean donkeys don't work? Okay. I gotta close you guys up. Oh boy. Close that up for the night. Oh. Here's the ducks. Ducks doing duck things. And Alaska Critter Camp says, I just got back from a dive trip to Bonaire. It was amazing. Nice. Did you take any video footage? I know it doesn't fit with the Critter Camp footage, but hey, it might still be fun to see. And Kayla says, I have about 1 inch of snow. I'm about a half hour away from Toronto. We had a couple inches, but then we had a couple warm days. It melted, and now we just have the cold weather, but no snow. It's calling for some snow on Wednesday, Thursday, but I don't think it's much because I haven't heard people talking about it, but it's coming. It's coming. We're at that time. It's below 0 every day now. Are the ducks laying eggs yet? Yes, although I don't see any in here right now, but they might be in the boxes. But yeah, the ducks are laying eggs. Not those two because they're boys, but yeah, no, we're starting to get eggs off of them. It's good. And Tim says, you were giving them job searching advice. Hey, if they ask, they shall receive, my friend. Ask and ye shall receive. I do run a business, so I know a thing or two about hiring and firing. But yeah, the ducks are, they're just chilling. They're just chilling. Okay, I locked you guys in for the night, so good night, guys. Sleep well. I'm gonna close this door, and now I gotta check on the chickens. I don't want to lock the chickens out, but it's not that cold yet, so some of the chickens are hanging out on this side, and I haven't discussed with my wife whether or not I should be grabbing them and throwing them into the cold winter coop, but I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. How many chickens are in here? 1. Okay, we're gonna grab you. You're coming with me. Oh, I know. Or not. I lost it. I lost the chicken. I want to put it in the winter coop, but I guess as long as there's 2, it's not that cold. I suppose they'll be fine in here. This is the winter side. The days have still been warm, and so I've been letting them roam between the 2. So I've quite the little army in here. We got, holy man, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 eggs in there right now. 12 eggs. We're gonna have to come back for those. Hi, chickens. This is their fully insulated winter coop. I do have the yard open over there. I guess this guy probably is the one that just came in. So I do have to close that off for the night if I do get the other one in. Let's get the other one in. We gotta try to shuffle that other one in so that they stay warm for the night. Now he's up here, so if I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna have to come in through here and just kind of be a meanie. I'm gonna have to shove you off. I know, but I want to push you off. Oh, right into the bucket. Come on, my man. That's not what I wanted to do, but I want you to go into the other one. And now I'm a meanie. Okay, you. Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this chicken, but he's in a bad spot. He's right down in there, and that's not where I want you. I might have to come back to this, get him when he gets back up high. Oh, I'm a jerk. That was a mean one. I was trying to push him down onto the ground, and he landed in a bucket. Thomas Bag says, can I borrow $40? To borrow $40, you'd have to return $40. And I have a feeling that you would not return it because we don't know each other. So here's the chickens in their winter coop, frothed up and ready to go. Hello. Rock fan says, you were a mean person. I know, I felt bad for that. It was not intentional. That was not the plan. The plan was to knock it off the roost, but not to touch the water bucket. I'll get him in here. Curmudgeon says, Alaska Critter Cam. Okay, that's why you may get rain. It's snowing here north of Talkeetna and looks like more tomorrow. Scarface says, what's up, chicken people? We're just hanging out by the chickens for a hot minute here. They're looking nice and cozy up on their roosting bars. And I'm going to have to come back with the egg basket because we got a bunch of eggs in here right now. How much longer do you have with the baby goats? They are about 6 weeks now. So I want to say in about another 4 weeks, Frou Frou is going to rehome to her new home. And then the boys, I'll keep around for 12 weeks. Somewhere around 12 weeks. So we got another 6 weeks or so with the boys, another 4 weeks or so with the girl. And Scarface says, I know somebody that built a chicken coop and they didn't put roosting bars in there. I mentioned it to them and they still didn't. I can't worry about other people, but I feel bad for the chickens. Yeah, I mean, it's their natural instinct to sleep up off the ground. You know, it's their way of getting away from predators. And so I put natural branches. I went and cut down some trees and put them in here just so that it, gave them something to grab onto that wasn't, like 2x4s or something. And as you can see, they enjoy them. They enjoy them. I put a ramp in here, even though they can fly, just to make it a little easier for them. We got one of them using it. But it's been warm enough that I have been letting them out in the yard during the days. But I want them used to sleeping in here where it's a lot warmer. Like I said, this is the insulated coop. And so they have just a lot more access to warmth in here. I do, this weekend, I'm going to install a heat pad on the wall here just to give them a little extra comfort when it gets really cold. But for now, they are happy as could be. Hello. Like I said, I got to come back here and grab their eggs. Guys, what do you want to, where should we go hang out? Should we keep hanging out with the chickens? Should we go over to the ducks? Do you guys want to see the donkeys? Should we go find some cows? Or should we go see the baby goats? I do have to give Frou-Frou the rest of her bottle. Where are we going, guys? What are we doing? Are we going to go see the ducks? Do you have any horses? Only donkeys. No horses as of right now. I've got 2 donkeys. One of them's pregnant. The other is not. I think that is where we'll go. We'll go hang out with them for a second. Normally, I like to be on camera, not faceless. But when I'm streaming at night like this, unless I'm doing a log splitting live stream. Let's see if this chicken's back up here yet. Yes. Okay, we're going to steal this one. I'm going to steal you. I know, you're already mad at me. I know, but I'm stealing you and putting you into the big house. And so I'm going to have to do soon here some log splitting live streams. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the handle, smashing you guys against the door. Okay, you there. And then I need to close that door, and which means I need to steal your ramp for a second, because I need to just give this a little bit of a pull back so that the door closes nice. There we go. Smooth. And my string is above my head. So let's put the ramp down. Bear with me, guys. And the winter door is closed. I'm just going to set that string right there. Okay. And now I can come back out. And you guys are locked up for the night. Just like that, they are locked up for the night. Curmudgeon says, in cold areas, you should also make sure the roosting branches are thick. That way, when they roost, the feathers will cover toes. Have seen people not do that. From what I read, I went with that 1.5 to 2 inch thick. Is that, you think that's good? You see where their feet are? I think that's pretty good. Their feet aren't wrapped around to the underside. You can kind of see what we're talking about. You guys are getting rowdy. Why are we getting so rowdy? Sounds good, Curmudgeon. And Stacy says, nice place you made for them. Thank you. So what I did that was a little bit unique. I do have a light in there, although I got to check the battery's low. I got to let it charge. But I've got a summer coop here that's semi-mobile. That's a bucket down there. I thought that was a chicken for a second. So I've got a summer coop here, and I spun it sideways, made a tunnel combining the two. And so I built the winter coop and the summer coop so that on the warm days in the winter, I can let them in. Now, the one thing I still need to do to the summer coop for the winter, I want to put a plastic lining on the screens. That's going to stop any snow from blowing in. I do have 3-sided cover here and here, but along the back, I want to put plastic up, and that way it'll give it a little bit of a greenhouse effect. So the greenhouse effect, just to keep this a little bit warmer. It'll still be cooler than the insulated winter one, but at least I can open the hatch on the warmer days. They can come in, enjoy this space, stretch their legs, and then go back into that one. Plus, I can keep their water in here so that they're not making a mess, making the bedding stay dry. It's really important for them when they're in there that they stay dry. So yeah, and I also did build in, when I built this coop here, I put in a south-facing window. And so this way, I can check on them in the winter without having to open the door. So I can just kind of look in there and make sure everyone's okay. And I also, can let a little bit of natural heat come in here. So south-facing window. And then we've got the ducks over here. The ducks are more hardy. The ducks, I do still need to put some plastic up here in this spot here. But the ducks can handle colder temperatures much easier. They do have a heat pad, though, down in this corner right there. So I have a heat pad for the ducks. This guy's sitting beside it right now. But the rest of them are plenty warm. And Warlord says hi. How you doing? Mystic had said, what is this? Welcome to My Wildlife. We are live streaming at the Homestead at least once a week right now. I stream a lot more in the spring, summer, fall, but it's so dark. It's so dark. I can kind of, if I want to face the camera, I got to blind myself because I got the light on the phone going. But yeah, normally what I'm going to start doing again, just like I did last winter, we're going to do some live streaming while we're splitting wood. I could put the spotlight out and actually interact with you guys and see you guys. But for now, we're just hanging out with the animals. Where is this at? We are up here in northern Canada, up towards Hudson's Bay in Ontario. Northern Canada, where it is cold and chilly, but the ducks are warm and happy. Isn't that right, guys? Isn't that right? Yesterday, my wife was concerned. She came in the house and she's telling me, we're missing 2 chickens. I don't know what happened, but I think something got a couple of our chickens. And so I said to her, well, did you check the nesting boxes on the summer coop? She's like, no. Sure enough, they were chilling in there. So we moved them over. But everyone is happy there. There we go. Let's go see the donkeys. Let's go see the donkeys, the cows, and we got to go back to Frou-Frou, the baby goat. We need to go back to the baby goat because I want to give her a little more bottle before bed. Let's go see who's in the barn. I'm imagining the cows are in the barn. I haven't seen the cows yet. Haven't seen the cows. So let's just walk over here. And nobody is in here. Nobody. So everyone's out in the field. Everyone is out in the field. You guys can't see it. No northern lights tonight, but there's lots of stars in the sky. Let's go see where our animals are hanging out. Here, I see some glowing eyeballs over this way. I see some glowing eyes. So I've said this before, but when you're out here in the fields at night, when you expect to see glowing eyes, that's good. You shine your light out in the field, you see where your animals are. That's a good thing. When your animals are all in the barn and you look in the field and you don't expect to see glowing eyes, that is terrifying. Here's Bobby and Bernadette, 2 of our cows just chilling. We got a couple goats over here. Hello, goats. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bernadette. Everyone's snuggling Gabby. Hi, Gabby. You are just the farm queen. And, of course, the donkey's chilling in here, having some food off a hay bale. That looks like Ginny. That looks like Ginny. Are you Ginny or Georgia? Which one's this? No, this is Ginny. That's Ginny. This is Georgia. Oh, I wish you guys could see it, but the phone's not going to pick it up. The stars are beautiful out here tonight. Hey, girl. I'm going to try not to shine this right in your face. Hey, girl. Hi. So all the goats, the cow, the donkey. This is a beautiful picture. We got the whole farm just doing their thing. Eddie says, cool animals. Kayla had said, Gabby. Soa said, is this heaven? It feels like it. Up north says, I'm surprised everyone's so active in the dark. Yeah, it gets dark early here, but this is we had some really cold weather, some minus 15 Celsius. And so tonight it's only about -5. And, that change of temperature going from minus 15 up to -5, I think that just, it makes everyone feel warmer, makes them all happier. So they're all just out here chilling. And I mean, Gabby is the living furnace. So wherever Gabby goes, the rest of the animals want to go because they want to stay close. He's right on top of her back right now. They want to stay close to her. Hey, hi, Georgia. You wanting to come say hi? I didn't bring any treats. I'm sorry. I know. No treats. Just a glove. Hi. Hey, girl. She's a little sweetheart. Who's the sweetest? Oh, boy. I want to say the sweetest is probably Evie, but Georgia's a sweetheart. She's one of our newest additions, and she's just an absolute ham. She's just coming up to me, wanting the pets, wanting the snuggles. But this is Evie. Evie's one of the sweetest. Hey, girl. This is Evie. Evie's very, very friendly. She's a very nice goat. She's almost more dog than goat. No, I didn't bring any treats with me. I should start bringing some treats in a pocket, but, you know, they don't need them. And Eddie said, what time do they go to bed, or are they party animals? It's 8:47 p.m. right now. I would expect them in bed by 10 p.m. I would expect them to migrate over to the barn closer to 10. And Up North says, is there no threats in the area, coyotes, etc.? So there are. When the lake fully freezes over, it's just starting to freeze now. So you can't really see, but out this way, all the way around the property is a lake. It's a 156-acre peninsula, goes back, and the water goes all the way around. When the lake fully freezes over, we get a little bit of a wolf and coyote issue because they can come across the lake. But right now, there's none on the property. In the spring, I chased any away, got rid of them before the ice melted. And so no immediate threats right now. Doesn't mean they're not coming, but there's none right now. But I've got my dog out here and the 2 donkeys. And so donkeys are really good protectors. When a threat like a coyote or a wolf is in the area, they start making a bunch of noise. And so that is one of the main purposes of the donkeys on the homestead. Everyone's out here getting a midnight snack. Having a midnight snack ski. And Rebar says, I don't trust anybody with knives on their head. You know what? To be honest, I've only been poked by these once. It was actually Faye, and it wasn't really her fault. I was putting a harness on her. Hey, Faye. I was putting a harness on her and to hoist her to the roof of the barn to cut her toenails. And it had never been done to her before because I got her from another farmer. And she gave me a good what for with her horns. Gave me a nice bruise. But as long as you protect your eyeballs, you'll be okay. Isn't that right, girl? Isn't that right? Now, as far as cows go, I do choose breeds of cows that are polled, no horns on their head, because cows are a whole different animal. I mean, you know, a 80-pound goat can only do so much damage. A 1,000-pound cow can do a lot more damage. So I do choose cow breeds that don't have horns. So she's a Black Angus, no horns. And then these are Gelvies, also no horns. Gelvies. So no horns on Gelvies. The goats, like I said, they're so chill that, you know, they like little head scratches between their antlers, but they're good. They're good. Or horns, I should say. They're not deer. You guys don't have antlers. You're not deer. And we've got a hello from Texas. How you doing, Brian? And Jacqueline says, this looks so beautiful. I love the scenery. It's even better in the day when you can actually see the lake out that way. But yes, it is absolutely beautiful out here. We're just chilling in the fields with the animals. The donkeys took off that way. I can see them still. They're just out there. And Daniel says, hello from New York. Hello, Brian says, good, you? I'm doing well, Brian. I can't complain. I wish, I'll turn this light off. I wish I could show you me more so we could have more of a face-to-face conversation, but it's pitch black out here. I've got a headlight on. I've got the phone light on. You know, it's part of streaming in Northern Canada in the winter. It's dark. And Diane says hello from Florida. Hi, Diane. I hope you're doing well. Stephanie says, I'm from Oregon State. Shout out to Oregon State. Welcome to Northern Canada, guys. We are up here in Ontario towards Hudson's Bay. This is my off-grid homestead. I live off-grid, meaning that we are in the middle of nowhere. We have no electricity. We do have a generator, solar panels, a battery for just the day-to-day stuff, but we try to live as efficiently as possible. But I do still require some power so that I could have heated water dishes for the animals, and that way they can get by with fresh, warm water whenever they want it. Brian says, bye, I got to go to sleep, but I subbed. Thanks, Brian, and you have yourself a wonderful sleep. And Sal says, bonjour from Detroit. Well, bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va? Diane says, awesome. Daniel says, that's awesome. Yes, this property is super unique, guys. I know, I wish it was daytime, but guys, go check out my main channel. I've got a 1.5-minute teaser intro video that shows you a little bit about the property. I think I threw some aerial, did I throw aerial footage? I threw a little bit of aerial footage in there, I think. And you'll see, this is a 156-acre off-grid homestead. The property is a peninsula. The lake is our own kind of little private lake. No one else lives on it. The water goes all the way around the property, and it is stunning out here. Let's go move from these guys while they're just snacking, and let's go see our donkeys. The donkeys are behind me somewhere. Are you coming towards me? No. Oh, glowing eyeballs. That's probably Lily. Are you my dog? Lily. You look like Lily. You're Lily. You're on the wrong side of the fence, Lily. Who are you chasing? Are you chasing foxes? Are you hunting? I think Lily's hunting. She's either hunting deer or foxes. Hi, Lily. And here are the donkeys. Let's go see the donkeys. And Jacqueline says, is it safe to ask or is it not? Apologies, but where is this that you're at? I can imagine the daytime so much more beautiful. We're in Northern Canada. It's my off-grid homestead, 156 acres on the lake. Hey, Georgia. Hi, sweetie. Hello. And Live Silky says, we loved your ugly vegetable sale. What? Daniel says, one wonderful life. Your quality of life is so much better than most. Thank you, Daniel. It can be a bit of a challenge. It's a lot of work, but I love it. I mean, how do you not love it? You're a little sweetheart, girl. You're a little sweetheart. Oh, you got that spine arch as I rub your back. Is that the good spot? Is that the good spot? Hey, girl. Yeah, it's okay. And Jonathan says, your cow has a crew. Thanks from Maryland. Kayla says, obviously not in the winter, but do you ever do water activities like kayaking or canoeing? Yeah, we got a couple kayaks. We have a canoe. We do a lot of pontooning. We go out on the pontoon boat. I have 5 kids. I got 5 sons and my wife. And so you're a sweetheart. Sorry, I get distracted. Every time she comes up for some face pets, I get distracted because it's just so sweet. She's such a nice donkey. And yeah, no, we definitely do. We actually took the kids all and the dog and everything on a canoe portaging trip one time, where we had to bring a food barrel and tent and overnight it, and it was insane. It was insane. And Diane says, have a great night. Take care, everyone. See you later, Diane. Thanks for joining us. Livithia says, I want one. Eddie says, I think you're in America. You don't sound like a Canadian. I'm a Canadian with a head cold right now. My nose is running, so I sound super stuffed up. I got a head cold, guys. That's also one of the reasons why I can't show you guys me. Headlight, but also running nose. I'm a mess. I'm an absolute mess right now. And Stacy says, sweet donkey. She is a sweetie. She's a little bit hesitant just because I'm shining lights towards her, which she obviously doesn't like. But she's still very lovely. And how long have you had the donkeys? We've only had them for about 2.5 weeks. About 2 weeks plus a few days. They're but we've spent every single day out here with them. Every morning we get out here, we put their halters on them, we walk them around the yard, and then we tie them to the fence post and clean their hooves. So every single day we've got hoof picks. We tie them, and if you just grab what's called their button, just a spot on their back leg here, they'll lift their foot, and then you can clean out their hooves. And so I do that every single day with them to build trust, to keep them comfortable, and because it's the right thing to do to take care of your animals. And so my wife is a cowgirl, and she's been practicing riding Ginny, the other one. She's been riding her, so she'll walk up to her, put the halter on her, and then hop on her back and go for little rides. She's not trained to ride, but she does it. And Halcyon Abaoth, I have no idea how to say your name, Hal, but Hal says, Jesus rode into the city on such a donkey. There's something symbolic about them having the cross on their back. They've got a cross pattern built into their back. I can't help but think there's something symbolic about that. And Ten Senpai is in the chat. How are you doing, Senpai? Welcome back, my friend. I hope you are having a fantastic day. We are chilling with a donkey right now. This is one of our donkeys. We got another one over there. And Mike says, just a beautiful donkey. She's gorgeous. She's a standard donkey, so she's a full size. She's 3 years old, and she's in that 400-pound range. So she's a full size standard donkey. She's a female. She's pregnant right now. She's about maybe 450. And she's a sweetheart. She just wants to come and cuddle. Hey, girl, you are just the sweetest. I know. I'm trying not to put the camera directly in her face because I got the light on and I don't want to blast her eyeballs. You know how it is when you stare into a camera, a flashlight in the pitch black, and then you look around, you can't see anything. So I don't really want to blind her right now, but she's a sweetheart. She wants to keep hanging out with us. And where did you get the donkeys from? So I had to do a 16-hour round trip to go get them. I had to drive out towards Saskatchewan and back. There are donkeys closer, but my wife found these ones. She fell in love with these ones, and she wanted them. So I went and got them. I do plan to post a little bit of a 3-4 minute long form video about that trip. It was a long day, but we got the donkeys and they are healthy and happy. How many baby donkeys will she make? Probably just one. Just one. I'm sure it's one because she has been checked by a vet, confirmed pregnant, and I'm sure they would have said something if they found more than one in there. Typically, they only have one a year, one every year and a half. So a donkey has a 11 to 13 month gestation period, and then the baby stays with mom for 6 months on milk before it's on its own. And so, yeah, you're only breeding them, every year and a half. And Ten Senpai says, I just realized I grew 5 centimeters in 2 weeks. Well, give it another 5 years and you, my friend, will be a giant. I got to look over there because I keep seeing Lily along the fence line, but all I see is her glowing eyeballs pop up at me. Hey, Gabby, everyone's Gabby's getting up, getting ready to move back to the barn. And your ground is shimmering like diamonds. That's the frost in the air. It is shimmery. If I move slowly, you could catch the shimmering. There's no snow, but it is very cold, so the air is just freezing to the ground. We got some stars up in the sky and some shimmering grass. And Ibrahim, how are you doing, Ibrahim? Ibrahim says, Nick, I pray that whatever is going through you now will pass. I think I missed whatever Nick said. Kayla says, I saw your roadkill post. You had any of the meat, and was it good? Yes, I got about 45 pounds of meat off of that buck. Fun kind of story, Kayla. I had the original video. So I caught the impact on my dash camera the truck in front of me, it was a transport truck. He hit the deer, and I got it all on camera. And so my original edit of that video had the dash cam footage, then me talking about gonna go collect it. Then I was down in the ditch with the deer, and it was already dead. And then I had a clip of me hanging it while I was butchering it, and then the meat. And my wife said, absolutely not. She said, you are not posting that video. And so I dumbed it down to the video you saw. I dumbed it down to just me saying I'm gonna go get it and the bags of meat. But yeah. Was she right? She was probably right. She was definitely right. I'm sure she was right. And Emmons says, you do any hunting around there? I've heard whitetail hunting is amazing. So I was just talking about a whitetail deer that I just harvested the other day. It was actually roadkill right in front of me. A transport hit it, and so I pulled over and grabbed it. But normally I do whitetail deer hunting. It is fantastic up here. I do a lot of small game hunting. This year I didn't do any hunting for any big game. Now, this kind of is going to sound like it defeats the purpose, but I had spinal surgery 2.5 months ago. And so I decided not to get my deer tags because I was thinking that I wasn't going to be able to deer hunt. I was thinking that, you know, hanging them and butchering them was going to be too hard on my back. And then what did I do? I just collected some roadkill. And so I still did it. So I guess I could have hunted them myself. But yeah, I mean, if God decides I want, I need the meat, I guess I'm going to get the meat one way or another. And CSTLSRY says, if they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. And Tyrannicult says, what's cackering ya? How you doing, buddy? Mark says, hi. And Ismay says, that's a fat animal. 10 Sandpie with the dono. Thank you, Sandpie. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for that. Everyone give some W's in the chat for 10 Sandpie. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that dono more than you know. Thank you. 10 Sandpie with the repeat donation. I appreciate you, my friend. Ismail says, that goat is fatter than the cow. You know, it's not that they're fat. It's that these two are very pregnant. These two are about to have their babies within the next 2 weeks. I would say within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have babies off of her and her. We are monitoring closely. I have a baby monitor set up in the barn so that if they go into labor at night, I should be able to hear them. And yeah, we are ready for it. That's why they look like pumpkins. They are pregnant. One of my goats already had her kids. And so her goat kids, there's a donkey. Her goat kids are in one of the barns. We're going to go see them next to finish giving Frou the bottle. 10 Senpai, I appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. Kayla says, I was telling you before on another live about the Canadian treasure hunt I was looking for. And on my way to Cobalt, I saw a moose get hit by a transport. It was crazy. The truck ended up in the ditch. Yeah, so when someone hits a deer up here in a transport truck, the deer just bounces off. They don't even stop. They just keep going. A moose is a whole nother story. A moose will write your vehicle off. When someone hits a moose, it does a ton of damage. I mean, the difference is a deer is about 200 pounds. A moose is about 2,000 pounds if it's a full-size bull. So we're talking, you know, a deer being about the size of the donkey, a little bit lighter. The moose is bigger than the cow. Yeah, it's a whole nother level. And Ismail says, OMG, pregnant? Yes, they are pregnant. And can we name the goats? We might be able to do that, my friend. We might be able to do that. Like and subscribe. And when we have the babies, we will discuss this. We will chat. Chevy 5-speed back in the chat saying, hey-o, donkey. We got some donkeys, Chevy. We got some donkeys. We have added donkeys since the last time we chatted. And we've got a couple more cows hiding back here. I don't know if you've seen these cows. But we've got Bobby and Bernadette and a couple donkeys. Unos es dos. Somewhere over there. Right there. So we have added some donkeys and some more cows to the homestead. And Emmon says, moose are like brick walls with legs. Absolutely. Solid. Up North says, do the preg mothers bed down in the barn automatically, or do you have to bring them in? They bed down automatically. Now, I do need to pay attention to them, so there's a couple signs I can look for. I'm not going to show you guys, but if I check under their tail, If it's, just dry like that, they're not going to have their babies tonight. They're going to start excreting some mucus about 6-8 hours before they have the babies. If it's just dry, no swelling, no real signs that they're in discomfort. Sometimes they'll have like labor symptoms where they'll just show signs of discomfort, maybe pressing their head against the barn or tucked into a corner. At that point, I do move them from the main barn into my secondary barn. So I have a stall set aside for whoever goes first, and then whoever goes second will take over from the other one who's in there with her babies right now, because they're ready to come out. Curmudgeon says, when moose get hit by vehicles up here, we have the roadkill list. If you are the list, you have to go harvest the meat. Nice. Up here, you have to claim them through the M&R website. So you got to go online and claim that you're in possession of roadkill. I only claim them if I know that they're fresh, as in I just saw it or a friend just saw it and called me. I'm kind of known for claiming it. So I got a lot of friends who, if they see one get hit, they'll call me and tell me where it is. And Tyrannical says, people don't realize how big elk and moose are. Moose are absolutely massive. Shauna QB says, you should name one Snickers. Tyrannical says, fun fact, I've been bitten by all farm animals. Horse bites hurt. I have not been bit by any of the animals. Not a single one has bit me. Gabby here has kicked me by accident. Her ex-husband tried to kill me, and so I ate him. He didn't bite me, but he tried to run me over and stomp me. So he did run me over, but he didn't stomp me. And then Faye over there actually got me with a headbutt, but I'm calling that one an accidental headbutt. That was incidental contact, no foul. Emmon says, here in Michigan, you get sued by the DNR if you hit a moose, mainly because there's only 400 left in the state. Jacqueline says, hi. Tyrannical says, next time I see a dead raccoon on the highway, I'm calling you, bro. I'm sure there's a market for raccoon pelts. And Ski Daddy says, I just started watching. Are you doing the voices of the animals? No. I'm doing my own voice. I'm not voice acting the animals. Maybe I should get into that. Maybe that could be the next big thing. And Up North says, her ex-husband? Yeah, I was planning to breed them. He was a male Black Angus just like her. And he just got really aggressive with me. He was about 2 years old. It was actually one night when I think it was actually Oreo who's in the barn. Let's go see her. We're going to leave these guys while I tell this story and go see the baby goats. So last year when Oreo, which we're going to go see, had her babies, I was out here in the middle of the night helping her give birth. We had the babies, big success. When I came out of the barn, my bull came from a hay bale, just like that. He came from down the field and charged towards me full speed. And by the time I looked up and realized what was happening, he just slammed me. He hit me. I went flying about 5 feet. My wife was watching. She was mortified. He hit me. I went flying about 5 feet. Thankfully, there was snow on the ground, so it was a soft landing. And as I was getting up, he spun around to hit me again. I got out of the way. He spun around to hit me a third time. I managed to jump over this gate. So I was over here. I ran and I jumped over that gate before he got me the third time. And that night, I decided to lock him in the barn. I screwed a bunch of these 2x4s over here. Were screwed across here. I locked him in at night, and 2 days later, I sent him to the butcher. I had a thought. So let's turn this off for a second. So my wife was 8 months pregnant at the time, and when he hit me like a truck, I thought to myself while I was lying on the ground, like, if that was my wife that just got hit, we would lose the baby. And so it was a very quick decision to eat him. Michelle just gave the membo. Thank you, Michelle, for joining the membership community. I appreciate you. This is baby Frou Frou. Let's come in here, Frou Frou. I want to give you the rest of your bottle. So in here, guys, Michelle, thank you for that membership. If you have any questions, any concerns, any plans, let me know about it. So this is Oreo. This is Mama Oreo. And she had her babies recently, about 5 weeks old. These guys are about 5 weeks old. And so we're giving her a bottle because she's a little small, so we want to supplement her. We've got the bottle here. We already gave her most of it. I just want to finish off this little bit. So, hello, little guy. Hello, little guy. Oh, okay. Here you go. There you go, Frou Frou. There's not much left. You're going to finish that fast. Take your time. So yeah, it was after her last litter that my bull tried to unalive me. That was last March. And Frou Frou, White Knight, Black Knight, Oreo Jr., and Oreo. And I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Bear with me. I want to show you the other pen I have. So I set up this pen is ready to go, fresh straw in here. I do have a mouse trap in here just because why not, just in case there's mice. But this is going to be the spot. The next, actually, I think I just saw a mouse. The next goat to have her babies are going to go into here. They're going to go into this barn. And then the next one will kick these guys out. These guys are ready to join the other barn. They're big enough. They're mobile. You know, we've been letting them out all day. So during the days we let them out. Just at night we're tucking them away still because they're little. But they are ready to join the big animals. I want to give you a little more, Frou Frou. I want to give you a little more. 1 second. I got to pull up my pants. Do a little dance. Okay, here you go, Frou Frou. Oh, I want you to take the bottle. Take. There you go. No. Take it. She's not hungry anymore. She's not as eager to get it, but I want her to finish off the bottle. I'd like her to finish it just to get a little more nutrients. Oh, that means she's full, and that's a good thing. You can see she's round. Her stomach's round. So she's full, but if she's going to take it, might as well give it to her. Good girl. And Michelle says, much respect to the farm life. That's all. And you did? What, pull up my pants? Do a little dance? Okay. Hey, this guy, he's only 6 weeks. So she's not fertile. He's not fertile yet, but he's starting to get the boy instincts. So I kind of have to shove him off of her. Soon they'll have to be separated, but he's going to lose his man-making ability soon. He's going to lose it soon. I like to do it at 8 weeks. You're supposed to do it between 8 and 16 weeks. That way their urinary tract and all of that is fully developed. And so soon he will have an uncomfortable couple hours, and then you'll be happy again. Will the big animals be careful if there are babies by their feet? Yes, we've never had an issue with it. We've never had anyone. We wait as long as we can, but we've never had an issue with the smaller animals. I'm gonna sneak out of here, Frou Frou. I'm leaving you in here. Snip or rubber band. I do the rubber band just because it's quick and easy. Come on, goats. Come on, guys. Let's go into the barn. Come on, everyone. And this is the heated waterer, which is fully thawed out. Nice and hot. I do think I need to turn the temperature down a little bit, though. The days have been a little bit on the warm side. Are you guys coming in? Come on, guys. Come on, goats. Come on, everybody. Come on in. I gotta muck this out tomorrow. There's a little bit of donkey poop in here. Come on, guys. Hi, everybody. Are you coming into the barn for the night? Where are the salt licks? Wha-bam. I got 2 of them in here. Two mineral blocks. 1 and 2. Don't worry, I got them. And Moving says, doesn't seem right to snip what God intended to give life. You know what, though? The problem is that if you don't control their breeding, you'll end up with 1,000 goats. Another thing, if you have too many males, they start to fight, and they will start to fight aggressively. And so when you take their manhood away, those ones basically become females and stop fighting. You know, as far as the pecking order goes, they don't become females. But as far as the pecking order goes, they lose their will to fight. And so you just keep order in your herd. I agree. I feel bad when I do it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do when you have a farm. If you don't want 1,000 donkey or goats or donkeys or pigs or anything running around, you got to do what you got to do. It's all just part of it. It's all just part of it. But I make sure they live their best life. Where is Bast? Bast is one of my wethers. So a male goat that's been castrated. Not only can he sing in a higher pitch, he might be hanging out with the cows still. He's not over here. But yeah, he's still a little stud. He's still a little stud muffin. He's got an awesome hairdo. He's still a little stud muffin. This is Faye. So a little bit about the goats. Faye is a full-size Alpine Toggenburg. So she's a milk breed, full size. Michelle says, again, much respect for the farm community. You guys matter. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. That is Faye's baby. This is Elsa. So they're Alpine Toggenburgs. They're bred for large volumes of milk. They produce up to 2 gallons a day. That is Evie. She is a mini Nubian. And so is Mimi. She's back there. Mini Nubians, they produce less, half a gallon a day, but super creamy, like 5%, 8% cream. Really tasty milk. This guy is Big Daddy. He is a silky pygmy goat. He's got nice long hair. She's half fainter, half Nigerian dwarf, but she doesn't actually faint. She's skittish. She runs away, but she doesn't pass out. She's never once fainted. I feel like I got sold a farce. I think whoever they thought the dad wasn't really the father. But don't tell her. Don't tell her. She's kind of proud of the fact that she's unique. Her name's Maple. Hi, Maple. And Noe here, she's about to have her babies. She's about to have her babies. She's got at least 2, if not 3 in there. She is plump and round. We are 2 or 3 days away. I can actually see this side. If you look at that left side, you'll see the baby move. You can see a little bit of movement on that left side. Can you guys see that? So you can see the baby moving. So she's like 2 or 3 days away. I'm going to give her... I'm going to hedge my bet and say in 3 days, we will have baby goats coming out of her. 3 days. And Tyrannical says, I like to think you read them bedtime stories. I suppose. Sometimes. Maybe. Jacqueline says, are they pets? I hope you do not eat any of them. So my females, almost all of these are females except for my breeder. So all of these are pets. They're for milk. All these females are bred for milk. That being said, I'm going to be honest with you. We're not lying. This is not a lying channel. Frou Frou is being sold. She's being rehomed to a friend. White Knight, Oreo Jr., and Stallion back there. The 3 boys are trying to be sold, and if I can't sell them in 16 weeks, I probably will eat them. That is true. Surplus males, I hate to tell you this, but not only in mankind, but animal kind, we don't need too many males. Males just create problems. They become jerks, except for Bast. Bast was our firstborn boy on the homestead. I castrated him and kept him. He is just a pet. He's a buddy. But excess males just aren't that useful on a homestead. I hate to tell you, but that is just the way of it. All these females, we breed them. They produce milk after the babies are done. And yeah, they're fantastic. She's either got a singleton. She's either got one. There's one on this side. You can see this side. That side's a little bit round. But this side's sticking a lot more. So I can't tell if there's 2 or 1. She's definitely got 2. She's definitely got 2, possibly 3. And then Oreo had 4. So they're very close. 3 days, maybe a week. These babies are gonna be back to back. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. So we've got a baby monitor set up, and we'll be listening. We will be listening. And I'm noticing that the male in the stall keeps being a jerk to the little female. You know what? He's not being a jerk. He's just a little bit frisky. He's trying to be sweet on her. He's trying to give her a lot of attention, and she's saying no. So he's trying to woo her. He's like right behind her. She must be going in heat right now, so he's like all over her. And up north says, seems like a lot of babies will be keeping you busy in a couple weeks. Yes, especially with this temperature. When it's below zero like this, I bring the babies in the house. And so her babies and her babies are going to be living in the house with me for a couple weeks, which is very busy. So I do plan to keep her babies and her babies in the house with me. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy time. I prefer when they have their babies in the spring, summer, but I didn't separate out wherever he went there. I didn't separate Orion, the boy, out in the spring, summer. And so now that's why we're having the babies right now. But next year, he's going to get separated. And house goats, absolutely, it's going to be wild. And Hardway says, top of the food chain, everything gets eaten. Hardway knows what's up. Hardway knows what's up. Kayla says, 5 boys and baby goats in the house. What more could you want? It will be awesome. You know what? The only time it's not awesome, so the first week is adorable. But after the first, I would say 10 days, when they're about 10 to 12 days old, the baby goats are big enough to start jumping out of the laundry baskets that I put them in. And so then all of a sudden you got baby goats running around the house, which is adorable, but chaos and a mess and something that is a headache. And it's also a lot of work because I don't want to keep mom in the house because mom is big. And so I need to bring the babies out to mom every hour or two so that they get milk. Let them spend a couple hours with mom and then bring them back in the house. And then when they're about 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old, that's when they're ready to come outside when it's this temperature. So I got to wait for that 2 to 3 weeks before they're ready to come outside. And it is absolute chaos, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you let your boy have all the fun that he wants to have. You just got to do what you got to do. And Paul says, going to be yes. Tyrannical says, get a llama or sheep and make sweaters. I wouldn't doubt if at some point in the future when we, convert to more of a farm that we'll keep adding those kind of animals. But for now, we've got the goats, rabbits, donkeys, cows, ducks, chickens. We did seasonal pigs this year. And we are probably going to do breeding pigs next year so that we can keep them year round. This year we just did it seasonal so that we could see if we would enjoy raising pigs. I did. I thought the pigs were awesome. They were great to have around. But the type of pigs we got were your typical pink pigs, your Wilbur pigs, and they can't survive our winters without a heated barn. Again, like I said, I live off grid, so to put some sort of heat source in here just wouldn't be very economical. My generator would be running 24/7, and so we need to get heritage breeds or breeds that are good for our winters. So that's a whole different game. We're going to look at starting that next year. We just keep growing this homestead, guys. So if you want to continue to watch as we grow this property, we grow this farm, we continue on this homesteading journey. We are 2 years in now. Let's go for another 25 and see where we are from there. But if you guys want to join, subscribe. I appreciate talking to you guys. We've had a fantastic run tonight, but we are at 63 minutes, just over an hour. The goat is fed. The ducks are put away. The chickens are put away. We've seen the animals. The donkeys are saying, the goats are saying, turn your light off. I want to go to bed. So I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. And as always, stay wild.